Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of my Let's Play series, Direwolf, etc, etc, etc. Okay, lots and lots of things happen and is happening right now. We're going to make some progress with create, because create and reasons. Okay, I want to show you just a couple of things real quick. I made another vault just like the first one. Okay, just in case, that one fills up quickly, which I don't see it happening anytime soon. And I've added it to the board. I've done the, can you see it up there? Let's get up here. Jump. Oh, wow. All right, so I've got the two vaults, as you can see. I've got the two things here, just like I set up the first one. And it's showing the percentage well, approximate percentage of the things taken. I also want to show you these. I forgot to put these on. These are item hatches, and I got them on both, but I don't normally use those. If I want to quickly get things in my system, I will unload here in this barrel. But sometimes it takes a lot. You can just click on it on anything you got in your inventory down here, and you can see I got a lot of stuff. And I'm not going to do this because I want this stuff for what we're going to do today. But if you right click on this hatch, everything in this part of your inventory is going to go in it. So it's really cool, say if you're mining or whatnot. Now I will say that I'm going to set up an ender chest and ender pouch system to go into the system so that I can do that while I'm mining. Off and on. So that makes it easier when I'm mining and I don't fill up. Just put these here just to get them out of the inventory. What else? Oh, this. I want to show you this. This is an attribute filter. Create has different filters. One's an item filter, which I'll show you over there with something we did. And I promise it's not going to be all talk. We're going to do stuff, and I'll show you what I set up. If you get an attribute filter and you click on it, you can take something, put it in there, and it'll give you a list of things that is part of. Either it's placeable, it's by create, was added by create, etc. And then hit plus in this, and it puts that on that filter. Okay, and I think you can add more and everything, and I just ignore all this stuff. But yeah, and then you hit the check mark, and it assigns it to that filter. I don't have anything on that filter. I'm going to show you what I did. And you put it in the stock ticker. You basically hit new category, put it up here, give it a name. Hit the check mark. And as you can see, I have 3 of these. So why do I do these? Well, as you know, when you click on this guy, you get the whole list, all the stuff that's in the whole system. When you add the filters, it separates it out by what you told it to do. So this is super cool. These are just, I got create, anything I need from create, Minecraft, all the Minecraft stuff, vanilla. And ingots, why is that in there? That shouldn't be in there. It's a good way to separate things out to see what's in there. I don't like things like that take up one slot and there's only one item and then you got a bunch of them, unless it's something like this that I'm going to use in crafting. Okay, I've got ingots, so if I need ingots quickly, and then all this stuff is the stuff that's not sorted. So I can look in here and say, okay, well, I really want to sort all the nuggets, so I'll do that. Or maybe I'll add this to metals or something, whatever we've got. So that's how that works. I wanted to show you that real quick. I'm going to go ahead and send myself this and get this going. And that's, oh, I also, this is the thing I mistakenly made last time. Let's get that out of there. And I put it on here. If you take an item, you can just right click it on and it will display it. And this is also part of the if you got a guy, you can make a shop for if you're on a server. I'm not real familiar with how that works, but Polar TT has a video on all the new create stuff, and it kind of shows how to do it there. But you right click, you can take it off, right click, put it on. Each one will hold 4, like that. It'll hold 4 items. I like it because it's a good way that if I've got projects to do, I will stick some of the items here so I can come and grab them. So like this, if I put this here, it's going to display that. And that way it's there for when I need it and I don't have to go searching in the system for it. Okay, let's go over here. I've upgraded this a little bit per Mondune's question about can you, is it going to go from that through here, through the thing and tamped with the what is this? The mechanical press on into a mechanical crafter. And yes, you can. I like to, whenever possible, make things versatile for many things. I don't like, if I can help it, just to do one thing, because then if you have another thing, you got to set up another system, and I'll show you with that. So I like it to do multiple things. In this case, you know, it's not really set up for automation, but it's semi-automated. I've got this barrel, which is where you put things you want to grind in here, and it puts it into this chest, which puts it into the mixer here that adds water to it. If I have wheat, I can put it in here, grinds it to flour, puts it in here, mixes it, and makes the what do you call? Yeah, the dough. I'm sorry, the dough. So we can make bread with it. We can make slime balls, whatever. If you put saplings in here, it will put it in here, and it will make the what you call. Oh, my brain is not working today. It'll make the pulp, which is what you use to make the cardboard. These are tunnels, brass tunnels, which I like to make the brass version of tunnels and funnels because, one, you can do a stack at a time, 64 of things, and you can specify what you want and put filters on it. When you put two tunnels together, it will, you can tell it to the distribution method, which is split, round robin, etc. Okay, I just leave it on split usually, and these things are really good for doing a cobbleworks. I've got it set to pulp comes out here, and the dough comes out here. These are just the filters, and you can put item filters, which I'll go over in a sec, which is on here. I think we already went over it, so I'm not going to go over it. But yeah, item filters, so you can add multiple things if you want multiple items coming out. When you put it on this side, it's what is going to come out of here. When you put it on this side, it's what is allowed to go in here. As we want everything coming out of here to go in here, we don't put it on that side. So this is a press, and the pulp goes through here. It automatically gets pressed, and then I put the cardboard it makes here so that it doesn't just skip this and go into here as pulp, because we want that only to be that. And then it goes into these drawers. You can see I have these hooked into the system. I'm going to try to go quickly because there's stuff I want to make today. And we've already been doing this for 7 minutes. Okay, this is some stuff I want to show you. This is and this can be very versatile, but it's manual pretty much, or semi-automatic. This is my system for stripping logs and adding the whatever metal or item you need to add to that to make these right here, the casings. You can make all the casings, including the train casing, but I don't have the item that you need to put on the stripped log to make that, and that's down the line. So what we do is I'm going to show you how this works. You take the metal or whatever, and I've got a bunch of sandpaper in here. It's just a place to store it. Put your metal in here, put your log in here, and it's set to do it a stack at a time, very quick. I may have to slow this down unless I make another windmill. Very quickly it makes your casings, any kind you want. You can put the brass up there, you can put the copper up there, you can put the thing to make the train casing up there, you can put the andesite thing up there. So that's pretty cool. You can also set it up, and I don't have it set it up to drop, but you can set up something like these to drop the rose quartz to make, you know, the thing you need for that. So what I do is I put the sandpaper up here, and it goes here, and it'll hold it there, and then I just drop that on there, and it will make the polished rose quartz for me. So it's very versatile, and I don't really need this. I just got this to show because I made all the components for the things. I hope it's all the components I'm gonna need to do our next project, and our next project is going to be mechanical crafters. And the reason we're doing mechanical crafters now is, one, I want to set up some crushing wheels, but I doubt I'll get to that right now. I mean, it's not difficult, but I want to get this done because I also want to set up the automation to do any crafting like you would do in a 3x3 grid. So we can make factory gauges to automatically put things in the system. To do this, we're going to need precision mechanisms and stock links, which means precision mechanisms needs that whole thing set up for the gold plates, cogs, iron nuggets, etc. So we're going to have to find a way to make all this stuff. And to make all this stuff, we're going to need a system to do it. Okay, we're going to need all that stuff. And I got more stuff here about what it's going to need. Let's just kind of show me. Let me show you this real quick. My list, I have checked the mark to get all the stuff that I've done. Another thing I did, kind of inadvertently, is I was mining and I found the, the deep dark and stuff, and I was curious if there was an ancient city anywhere. I used my structure compass to find it, and it was fairly close, within 1,000 blocks. So I went ahead and went there. I just tunneled my way over to the coordinates, and I set up, we're going to do this real quick here. What we got set up is going to be very easy. Let's go ahead and sleep, because I don't want to go outside and find phantoms or goodness knows what. Since I have to go outside at this moment, we're going to go to the ancient city. And where I came out was over there. And I put a waystone here. And then I kind of poked around a little bit. I avoided the warden. Didn't get killed by him. But I managed to find a few things. Let's just go home. I don't want to stay there because I'm likely to get him again. And he was there a few times, and I just kind of did the sneak move and stayed there until he went away. I found, believe it or not, a diamond hose silk touch, which means I was able to find the ingredients I'm going to need for the shadow pulse goo. But I need the void shimmer goo first, which means I need to go to the end. We're not going to do that today. Just wanted to show you that I did that. Gathered all the stuff in that. Okay, what we did this. Now what we need to do is to make the mechanical crafters, and I think I have all the things in. I figured I'd need 30 of them. So there's all the parts. There's 30 of these. We need 9 of them to do our auto crafting, and we need, let me go ahead and set that up over here. We need these, and we're not going to mess with this right now. We'll mess with it later. This is to do our manual crafting, like when we need to do where it fills it in completely up, and we'll have to change all the direction of these, but I don't want to do that right now. I want to set this up. It doesn't really matter because it's going to be automatic. So what I want to do is I think I'll set it up right here. Okay, we're going to go boink, 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 and no, and that, and that, and that. And as you can see, there's those arrows. What I want to do is get all the arrows pointing this way. Okay, and then this is going to point down, this is going to point up. All right, I think I got enough room because we need to do some things to get this from our materials to here. One of the things you have to do if you're going to use this as an autocraft system is you got to go behind and link them all up so it's one big crafter. That way it knows, okay? It knows it's one crafter. That needs to go that way, yep. So we're going to hook this up. Let's see, I'm going to need, yes, I've got 3 packagers. Normally, if you have incoming and outgoing with the frogs, you have 2. This is 3, and I'll show you why. Is because when we have stuff coming in, we need a repackager. And what a repackager does, and I'll make one, we take a packager, just put it anywhere in the grid, we get a repackager. What that does is that when you have a recipe for something, you send a recipe over to this, it's going to send in maybe more than one package. And if it sends more than one package and you just have a packager, it's going to put one package in here, and that package is going to start crafting, and it's not going to be complete, so it's going to dump everything on the floor. So what you have to do is set a repackager, and it will know that it's any packages coming in as part of a craft, and to hold it all until it gets everything, and it repackages it one package. So what you need to do is have that combined package go into a packager in here to unpackage the stuff that it has. So what I want to do here is I'm going to set up do I need to do that? No, I'm just going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to put a belt here. Don't really need it this far, but I'm going to go ahead and do it in case I need it to power this thing, because it needs power. Alrighty, so we have this. It might be, let's see. All right, again, we're going to get our funnel and put it here so the stuff is going in. We don't have to do any filters or anything. And then we need another funnel. So what I'll do is, you can do this. Take your thing, right click, and it will make it go that way. Okay? So I need probably a little more. If you take a belt and you right click on it, it's going to increase it. So I probably want to go right there. And what I'm going to need, let me see. I'm going to need a barrel. I'm going to put this here because I need a barrel up here. I think I need to put it here. We'll figure it out. Packager here. I got another, oh no, I need the repackager there. Sorry. Repackager there. And then we need this. And then we need, yeah, that's going to go into here. Yeah, I think that's what it is. All the packagers come in, go into the repackager, and we'll have a frog. We're also going to need to set up another thing over here. No. So that it will, let's see, don't have my scaffolding. I'm going to put that because I need to climb up here because we're going to need this. See, and this is, you know, all this stuff, there's so much stuff is why I'm setting up a lot of things that I've already set up already. And let's just leave that there and go here. There we go. That's hooked. That's not hooked up. There we go. Now it's hooked up. Everything we add to the system is going to add to the stress of that over there. If it gets overstressed, I'm just going to flip a lever. So we have all this. This is the stuff coming in. So we have, let's see, the frog. I'm pretty sure it goes on top of the barrel. But we need to do that and that. Right. We're going to call this craft in. Okay, and it's going to only receive packages like that. This is just going to work for this. So what we need, I think we need to put a lever here so it works. This does not need a lever to my remembrance. But what we need to do is set up the output. So we're going to put that there, and let's just put this here, belt it up. And we're going to put, because this will go into a barrel, we'll put a barrel here and then a brass funnel on it. Like I said, I like the funnels because they do all that stuff. And then we need another, this is going to need a barrel. My knowledge, yeah, we'll put the barrel there. And we'll, dang it, bit on the tight side here. We'll put this back here, and we'll get the frog, and we'll put the frog there, and this is going to be craft out. And it's very important to remember that, oh, let's see, send only. Okay, we need them to send only. And I'm going to put a lever here so it works. So that'll take out, in order for it to take out of a barrel, you have to have this on. But this will tend to tell it to send only, and it'll put it on the system to go out. We need another one of these. All right, the only thing we need to do now is hook it up and test it. Okay, so what we need is some... Do I have enough? I hope I have enough of those. If not, I'm going to be scrambling. So what I want to do here, and I think I'm going to do it the way I like to do things with belts. So here, and it's going the wrong way. I wonder, let me see something. If I used the encased chain drives like that, and then like, yeah. Well, no, I don't want it to do that. I want it to do that. Right. So now it's going the right way. And I have the belt going this way. I'm so unprepared for this. As you can see, that's turning that. And what I need is that there. Hopefully I can do this without killing it. Get rid of that. Yeah. That's what I need. Because what I'm going to need to put here is a cog to turn this. Now this is where it might get a little hairy. Do I have any more? Nope. I can do this. It might kill my thing over there, although it shouldn't, because that's a pretty... Yeah, good, we got it. So everything's going the right way. It doesn't matter which way these turn. But mechanical crafters will take a lot of energy. So that over there is going to be interesting, the manual one. So now we have all this. We have our craft in. We have our craft out. So let's see if this works. We're going to go over to our dude here. And let's go ahead and just... Well, let me show you how that other thing works. So we got all this stuff in here that we're probably not going to need. Famous last words. You see it's in here. Now I'm holding shift, obviously. Right click. And as you can see, it took everything out of there and put it in here. So that's a cool thing. Now we're going to go over to Herbert here. And let's tell him to make... Wait a minute. What I want to do is I want to add... craft into this. I don't think it... Alright, it is supposed to show... Maybe it needs to be near him. This is nuts. Yeah. It's supposed to show all the addresses. I don't know why it's not. Oh, I know why, duh. You have to put the pound sign before them. Yeah. Okay, so there's the pound sign. Now we're going to put it on the stock ticker. Now, if we go in here, we see all the things that we can select. So if we want something to come here, we go here. If we want something to go there, we go there. I'm going to select craft in. And I'm going to select something to make. Let's make... Where are they? Well, I don't see... Alright, let's just go ahead and make a chain. So we want to move item. It's got all this stuff. Normally we come here and we do it ourselves. We're going to hit send. It is going to send. And we'll follow it. As you can see, it's taking the path it needs to. All the way down here. I'm going to make sure we did it right. It's got all the ingredients. Goes in there. It's very fast. It has sent our package. I want to see if I can catch it. Uh-oh. You know what I forgot to do? I forgot to put a sign on the thing telling it where to go. Alright, sign. Let me just go ahead and grab one. Always forget something, but let's get the sign. We're doing pretty good on timing. The next... Okay, that was dumb. I selected the sign, told it to put it over here. Yeah, you got to select where you want it to go. I'm just going to grab it from there. You can see our chain there. Okay, so I've got the sign. And I'm going to put a sign on here. And that I want to go, I'm going to put it in the main inventory because I'm going to want things to build in my inventory. And eventually we're going to do the factory gauges, which are going to move things here and there. I can put it anywhere I want. I can put it to the guy, my guy there that, you know, I get my stuff from. I can put it anywhere I want, and we'll do all that later. Right now I'm going to put it in main inventory. Okay? And I'm going to go ahead up and drop it on there. It's going to go all the way to the inventory. Like I said, I can make it go here if I wanted to, and it would pick it up. Or here, rather. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this guy on main receive, so, because that mistake I made when I want something, bring it here. So that's pretty cool. I'm going to, I need more stuff. So this I want to be a, I'm going to go ahead and set this up, though I don't think we're going to have time to do a lot of stuff, but we still have a lot of time. So what I want are these, this probably, I'm not going to set up any other thing on it because I don't really need to right now. Right now it's for doing the what you call the manual stuff. Yeah, my brain is disappearing on me. I also need a couple of barrels. Send those. I'm gonna need, and this is gonna be a good time to do this, I'm gonna need some cogs. So I'm gonna put cogs on here. To do cogs I need, I don't have any shafts, so I'm gonna wait until that. Yeah, you have to have the stuff in the system or it won't make it. So I'm going to go ahead and make some we're going to make some shafts. So I need those. Okay. Well, actually, I could show you how that, yeah, it's going to come here. All right. I need to make some shafts, so let's go in here. No, it's not it. Where's the shaft? There it is. So I want this to go into here and go into craft in, and I want it to make one shaft just for ease. It's going to send those there. I'm going to get, so I'm just going to do this manually right now for time's sake. Alright, I need oak. Give me a stack of that. You know what? I just screwed it up again. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to chase this down and catch it. Got it. Look at this. There he is. You can move him. He's like a little entity. You hit him with your left one and he'll... let me get that. Okay, that's enough. I need, and I'm just going to do this because I need these. Okay, I need those. What else do I need? Oh, I need anything else. Okay, so I'm gonna make this. Okay, we don't need an input because it's going to be manual. So I'm going to put all that there. I need this. But I need, one of those. And I'm going to have it just go right there. Okay, and I will do all my stuff there. I also need, and I didn't get it, nothing closing up over there. Okay, I need one oak because that's what I got the most of. I need a button, and I did it again. So I'm going to just grab this. Like I said, I try to keep the guy on, I'd always forget on that. No, I don't want it to go to main inventory. I want it to go to main receiving. Right, so... Oh, did I get it? Yeah. I threw in. Alright, let's get a button. I warned you. This is derpy. I'm going to put a button there. What is that for is when I make a craft that takes less than all of these, it will just sit there. If you hit the button, it'll make it go. But I need all these to point in a direction that's going to cause it to go where it needs to go. So all these are going to go here. This is going to go this way. This one will go that way. I want them all to go over there. Except for the bottom and the top ones, I want them to go up. This will put them together. All the pieces will go in the direction needs to go. And you see why I did things. Okay, that needs to go down. That needs to go down. And that needs to go down. You got to use the wrench for this. So all of these will go here, these go down, these go up, and all these will go this way, and then it'll go this way, and we'll demonstrate that. Now what we need is some, we need some power, so I'm going to put that there. Let me see, should I do the belt thing? Let's do the belt thing. And you can do any combination you want and have it go into any place you want. If you want the barrel up there, I just put it there because that's where I usually put it. Don't have a belt on me. But that's okay, we can go get one. And we can see if we did this correctly. Get a belt, send. We don't need all the rest of this stuff, so we're just going to go ahead and put it away. And that. What did I get? Oh, I grabbed that by mistake. Alright. I did it again. Put it on there, it'll go. Alright, get the belt. Now we're going to see if we have enough power over there to run this. This is a big thing. Alright, here we go. We are overstressed. This is going to show you what it did. It says, hey, I don't have enough power coming in to go out. So what we're going to do, click that. It's going to run a little slower now, but it's going to run. So what I need for that, we need some of those. We need a stone. Go ahead and grab a regular stone. And we need some planks, 4 of those. Okay, that's going to come here, I hope. Did you see how the order came in 2 of the packages? That's why you need the repackager over there. And we'll have another setup because I'm going to have one going here and one going elsewhere. I have to figure out how to just use one crafter and have it go to different places. I don't know how to do that yet. So I'm going to put this in here, and this is going to go here. And this is going to go around. Now, say this was one craft and it was done. You see, it just sits there. If I hit the button, it'll make it go. If I do that now, it's going to go all the way to here and it's going to fail, which means all the pieces will just drop on the floor. And as you see, I've got everything except this one piece. So when I put that in, it's going to say, hello? Oh, that one. I forgot one. So this is, I know this recipe. I'm going to need to make a bunch of these. This will make 2 of our crushing wheels. Yay! That we need for doing our cobble works and doing our ore processing and everything like that. So, I think we're pretty much at the wrapping up point, as Direwolf and them say. So I'm probably just going to go ahead and end it here. I am going to make more of these off camera, just because you saw how it was done. And I may set up one thing to do some ore processing, which will include using, where is it? It's called a redstone requester, and that's going to be fun because that's going to, I'm going to make it automatically pull ores out of there, put it in here, and then put it through a smelting system. That's going to be a big thing. We can't do that today. So y'all have a great day or whatever, and thank you for watching. Really appreciate it. Bye.